What is going on, you guys? It's your guy, Senpai Out, and today we have a special video for you guys. It is officially under 24 hours since the updated event has occurred with the rubies and free Orochi and the new system and everything in place, and this is officially my second video that I'm dropping in roughly 16 hours since the event dropped at the time of recording this video. So on top of everything else that I've just mentioned, you guys, I have not a single sponsor or any kind of financial backing besides my own personal revenue backing not only this channel, which I'm doing completely by myself through an iPhone 7 POS edition. Once again, best Apple commercial ever, I bet. But I do it because I love this community and I love being a part of it. And since I was a little kid, I keep bringing this up. I mean, if y'all been with my channel, you're probably getting sick of me saying it by now. But I just wanted everybody to be reminded that this is all from me. Y'all haven't seen a single commercial. Why? Because I don't have any sponsors, once again. And I'm not trying to beg for sponsors by any means. I'm just letting y'all know as a reminder, this is all from me. In double time. So let's dive right into the video, you guys, because that's what y'all are looking forward to. It officially covers the different synth materials, including hammers and how they upgrade the equipable stones. And just let me stop yammering on and actually get into the fine details. Ready? All right, let's dive right in. Come on. Alright, you guys, let's talk shop on some new items and upgradable materials. Now, do y'all remember the Awakening Update Celebration gift boxes that they gave us before the event opened? Well, now you can literally open up these gift boxes, and they will give you the Awakening Mystery Box, which gives amazing items, and also 3,000 souls per open. Now, the souls will act as currency in a little while when you're upgrading specific items, which I'm about to show you, which is very important. But also for these Awakening boxes, you get tier 1 and tier 2 capsules, which are amazing, the battle card and character summon tickets. But check this out, they're the good random summon tickets. They're amazing. Also the hammers, I will also touch base on the hammers in a second because they're used to upgrade the circle, square, and hexagon. I want to call them power stones because they make your character powerful, but beware, because as soon as you equip them, you will not be able to unequip them from a character. And these just improve the rates of the success when it comes to upgrading those specific new enhancement items. So let's jump right into the next phase right now, you guys. Alright, you guys, let's open up some Imprint Stone mystery boxes. That way we can actually acquire a few of these Imprint Stones I was telling you about. And, okay, we're going to dive into them in further detail. Let's just acquire them first, you guys. And as stated, you can use the different tier level hammers to upgrade them. And obviously the higher the level, the more ability that it will actually give the character it's imprinted to, and the higher the rarity of the hammer, the better of a chance you have of actually obtaining the ability in the first place. It has a pass or fail type of border, same as the cards. Now let's open up these last three, and then we can jump right into upgrading these and seeing what they look like. Alright, that's kind of cool that I got a repeat of the yellow ones, so we can see if there is any kind of difference whenever I check them out in my inventory. So let's go do that now. Alrighty, you guys, now that we have acquired a few Imprint Stones, let me show you all how to upgrade them right now. So, over the course of the new update, I'm sure that y'all have ran across different rarity level hammers, and the best way to speak on the new Imprint Stone system is to think of them as battle cards, essentially, that you're trying to level up. The different rarity hammer associated with the different tier of a card you use to upgrade another card will give you a higher % chance of success in this fail or succeed grade line. So let's try the lowest grade hammer with a little bit over 50% of success, and I failed the first one. For the second one, there you go. I have succeeded. So now I am +1, which gives me overall stats with whatever character I will imprint this stone onto. And also bear in mind, once again, after you equip a stone onto a character, it is stuck on that character. So you can't just swap them around like you can battle cards, but that is very important to know, you guys. Also at the very bottom, every time you attempt something, you will use soul dust as currency per attempt. So once again, it was awesome that they gave us 3,000 per random open chest, as shown earlier in the video. And let's get this stone up to level +3. There we go. And let's go back a menu. And once again, you have to get these stones up to level 7 to get an extra ability upgrade. And this one gives attack +2% and recovers 4% HP upon landing a crit. And that's a nice one to have. And as you also at the bottom in the red, at level 7, it will gain the extra skill. So also, since I got duplicates of yellow, they both do the same thing, and these were the lowest tier. Once again, they go from circle to square to hexagon, just like Evo material. Okay, now that we got that out the way, let's keep moving. Alright, you guys. On a final note on the subject of Imprint Stones, if you go into the shop, go into the monthly premium package, they have a plus Imprint Stone selection box for 80 bucks, which I will not ever obtain. But here's your selection of what the different stones do. Now for circle, which is the lower tiers, which is where we are all at this point of the game. For the red plus stone, check this out. You get a decreased burn, poison, bleed damage by 9% at +7, and its original one gives you a +3% attack. Pretty nice. Now for the second one, the circle purple, which is also a good one, it gives you +2% HP and 2% attack, and the added effect at +7% at level +7 recovers HP by 4% upon landing an active skill as a crit hit with HP 70% or less. So that's actually pretty often that you're below 70%, especially when hovering in PvP, but also that's nice to have. It will be interesting to see if these abilities transfer over from PvE and PvP. So going down the list, we have the green one, which increases defense by 3% and increases strike or grab skills by 4.5% at +7, which is really nice. The yellow one that I have 2 dupes of, which gives an increase of HP by 3% and removes the enemy's power by 2% upon landing an active skill. Oop. Butterfingers. Upon landing an active skill with a 3-second cooldown, active +7. So the final one, the blue one, this is kind of a different one. Check this out. This increases penetration by 100 instead of a normal stat like HP, attack, or defense, and there's a 20% chance to reflect 4% of damage received when receiving a critical hit with a 1-second cooldown, so it'll proc pretty often with a +7 activation. So that is kind of an interesting support ability to have, because it doesn't increase any one of the raw stats. But once again, this is the lowest tier, the circle tier, the one where we're at right now, this one right here, and it would eat up too much time to cover the square and the hexagon, so I just told y'all where to find it. Go in a shop, the $80 pack, to look into it into further detail. Alright, let's keep moving, you guys. Alrighty, you guys. Now, let me jump into the shop for y'all and show y'all some cool things and just paint a picture for what they're trying to sell to us right now. So, the Big Dog $100 pack. Let's see. For these are actually really nice to have because obviously you need 1 in order to get your character awakened for the first star tier, but then you would need another 2 copies to get it to the 2nd star tier. So essentially you would need at least 3 copies to make it that far. So this is nice to have. It'll give you 2 out of 3 or just 1 out of 3 right there. But for this one, this is actually kind of cool because after you get to tier 2, you can use this to supplement the same color elemental character that you're trying to awaken again, instead of using a memory of an existing Fez character that you already have. So these are actually good. But now, way too expensive, I would not buy that. Here, this one is interesting because you can actually synth these purple ones and these golden ones. Let me show you real quick. Alrighty, you guys, if you click on the fighter option, you can either go purple or gold border cards, and similarly to the exchange shop with the set option or the option and battle cards, you can trade out your existing memories in order to get this interesting gold and later on an even more interesting purple card. Now, it doesn't have a description, but it's obviously some kind of synth material, whether it's helping your character of that associative border, whether it's gold or purple, evolve or awaken in the near future after you get to that level, or whether it helps the Imprint Stones. They are nice to have because obviously they're charging $40 a piece for the pair of them. So I have a surplus of Nakaruru. I want to leave her with at least one memory. That way she can awaken her first level. And remember, it takes about 3 memories to get them past level 2. So I can't really see myself using Orochi Yoshiro that much, but I'll still give him the chance to awaken in the near future. So we have that as an option now, and it's wonderful. Alright, you guys, let me show you something else that's actually pretty cool before I call the video. You go into, what is it, special, maybe? Oh, yeah. There's this, obviously, by the way, for $5. Check this out, this is ridiculous. You can obtain not only Alice, but you could also get Bao and Mei Li and all the other units you might have missed out on for $5, that one-time selector. So that's actually kind of nice right there. And of course they have this Orochi one where you could actually get Orochi for $100, which all they did was give us Orochi for free because Orochi and Nameless dropped at the same time in JP, and they needed a way to catch us up quicker. So expect Elizabeth, which is the last 5-tier legend, as the next summon video because they could get away with it as an event, or wait for, they could actually drop anybody at that point. Probably Rock Howard would be next on the list. So let's go to, let's see, normal packs. Here we go. Let's go to subscription, and they added this new subscription, you guys. This one all the way over here for, I think, $30, but check to see why this is actually substantial. Now, it gives you 1,200 rubies upon purchase. It gives you 100 a day times 28, 2,800 plus 1,200, that's 4,000 plus an additional 100, so that's 4,100 rubies over the course of the 28 days. But this is what's important, the selector. Remember that $100 selector earlier in the video? Well, this one actually has any Fest character that's out right now, including at the top, I'm sure that you saw him, everybody's favorite Nameless, and down here, Lady Mr. Big, whoever you want to get your first awakening for your unit, which is amazing. So F spending that $100, I'd rather spend a fraction of the price and play the waiting game, because obviously if they're going to start obviously dropping new Fest units into the Infinite banner, at some point you're gonna get copies. So I'll play the waiting game for a little while because my memories right now are not looking terrible, and it's enough to at least work with to develop new content to show you guys. So with that note in mind, let's jump right into the first roadblock that I faced whenever I was in the Reviving Hell dungeon against Mr. Chrysalid himself. Alright, let's close this video out. Y'all ready? Let's go. Back into the Awakened Dungeon, Reviving Hell Dungeon to be specific. And let me show you my first roadblock on Tier 3. As you see, I cleared out everything until I got to this little badass right here. Mr. Chrysalid. The one and only banner troll, him and Mukai, who they have given me so many replicants of. As you see, I have an all blue team, as I did yesterday, which is a strong element. I have these characters, well, Mukai and Zero all cored out. Let's at least get the Rock's affinity up to 10. That way he gets the attack, defense, HP, or crit bonuses from the affinity. Also, the extra rubies never hurt anybody. Even if they gave us a up to 20,000 ruby refund event, just stockpiling them when I can, where I can, while I can. As you see, Mukai is the only character who has been awakened, and he's a level 1 awakening with no extra experience capsules. I did put a 10 rack of HP, attack, and defense capsules into him though. And let's attempt for the 8th or 9th time to defeat Chrysalid. It said that the recommended evolutionary level was an awakening level 3. I only have one character awakened in this group, and he is a level 1. So, same as with time attack or with the relay battles, get to your supers as quickly as possible, stop the clock, and typically it's not going to be enough, you guys. You would need at least 2 or 3 characters with the awakened skill. And at that point, all your skills have only a 1-second cooldown, and especially super powerful characters like Mukai, that's exactly what you need in this recipe of destruction, you guys. Because otherwise, it's not a fun thing. All right, 3-tier ready. Let's start this off. Correct. Get amped. Okay. Now, for 3-tier dark screen supers or even 5-tier ones, they do a good job sucking in the lower level ads, but you see the guy on the right, the one that looks a little bit different, he looks a little bit stronger, like he's been hitting the gym a little bit more than the others. It will not reel in low to mid or higher level bosses, unfortunately. Now, you see, after I hit Mukai's special, everything has a 1-second cooldown, which is amazing, so just spam attacks. And the move itself has about a minute cooldown, but it's wonderful because even whenever you actually activate the skill, it will still reset the countdown. So while you're actually hitting people with the 1-second cooldown skills, it will still start the reset clock for your wings to come out again. That's when I usually like to just switch characters, but ideally, you guys, a team of 3 savages that have been at least awakened once would be ideal for this, and that's probably going to be what it takes, because just the amount of DPS that this stage requires, there was a huge power creep between this stage and literally the last stage, and I can't wait to see what the actual next stage, literally the boss, is going to be like for tier 3. Because I got up to this point with barely trying, and as stated earlier, for this specific round, this is like the 8th or 9th time I'm attempting it. So I'm taking it very, very seriously. And as y'all remember, I did get my People's Champ, Mr. Dwayne The Rock Johnson's affinity up to level 10, so you can, without cutting at that point, so you see that no matter what happens, this is going to be the real footage that comes out. Right there, I just activated the angel wings again, and you see that it has started the countdown, which is amazing. So at that point, just spam attacks, spam active skills as quickly as you can. And also, as stated yesterday, it could have been any of the 5 other elements. It was a 20% chance that my roadblock would be on another blue element. I wish I was able to show off a different team, but this is the go-to blue team right now with the options that I have. I could go with horribly under-level Orochi Yoshiro or Leona, but they would just be that. They would just be horrible and under-leveled upon being horribly under-leveled, you guys. So this was the best that I had to offer in the blue element at this point in time. And as you see, these ads have ridiculous amounts of health, and whenever they hit you, they got a little bit of oomph behind their attacks as well. So that is why this stage is essentially just you fighting the clock. It's you versus it's you versus the timer. It's a race against time, you guys. So once again, to beat this specific stage, you would need at least 2, preferably 3 characters that have been awakened, at least at level 1. Obviously, the more awakenings, the easier it will be. But whenever I cleared tier 2 yesterday for you guys, I have had at that point, you could check the footage, 0 characters awakened at that time. So that is completely possible to do without it, and I still had a good amount of time left on the clock. But as far as this tier goes, Netmarble wanted to make sure that we actually invested into the system, both either or time and money, into getting what you needed to awaken and level up specific characters in order to clear these stages. So it's kind of a brilliant marketing strategy on their part to also make sure that once again people play the game. And if you wanted to do it quicker than others, yes, you would have to invest in it, but I'm a patient person sometimes. Not other times, but sometimes. Alright. This is ridiculous. I have just been hammering on these characters for the past, feels like 10 minutes or so, and I'm still not at Chrysalid, and it's over. See, I'm not even joking, you guys. I made it to Chrysalid like 2 or 3 times, but guess what happened next? Leave it up to y'all's imagination. So, this was again tier 3. The Chrysalid fight, the Nightmare fight, the Separating fight, the Power Crept fight. Can't wait to see who the boss is going to be in a second. But in the meantime, let's see what else we can do for you guys. Alright, you guys, to round this video up, let's click on Lady Mr. Big and take it from the top. Okay. Going down the list of things we need to check up on. First, after she's been awakened the first time, we're going to try to use some experience capsules on her. And keep in mind, for level 1, it has a level 1 tier on it. For level 2, it has a level 2 tier. And as you can see, it only got her up to level 8, but the stat bonus is amazing. Now, for the next tier, it will take 1 soul and a bunch of random souls. I have 2 of Chrysalid, so that should be enough. If I got her up to level 10, since I'm only able to get her up to level 8, I'll just save that for another video, since I can't do that right this moment, since capsules are in short supply right now. But after she gets awakened, she will only be able to use the level 2, and once again, so on and so forth, but she's worth it and she's going to be amazing. So, also in the Imprint Stone menu, for the next level where you get the square stones, they unlock at level 20. For the next one, for the hexagon ones, you can get them at level 40, and that's when they're unlockable. If you go down to the bottom menu where you can manage the stones, as you see, once again, the 2 yellows are exact duplicates of each other, and the extra edit abilities from the purple stone that I upgraded and got to +3 are kind of substantial. They're very nice to have. Multiply that by 3 with other stones after you reach level 40. But I think I'm going to call it quits for today, you guys. That was a lot of information. Please feel free to rewind. I have hoped that y'all have enjoyed my material as always. This was actually kind of difficult for me to put together on top of learning all the material on my own. So I hope that y'all have thoroughly enjoyed it. Once again, this has been your guy, Senpai Out, and I'm out. I'll see you guys next time. Love y'all from the bottom of my heart. Peace.